Hey guys, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us out. The story starts with David Clark, a drug dealer in Denver who's happily supplying the city's addicts while living the bachelor life. Meanwhile, Rose, a dancer at a club, hates her job. One night, she runs into David in their shared apartment building. They don't like each other, but their lives are about to collide in a big way. Next, we meet Kenny, the kid living next door, whose mom is absent, and he's left alone. Kenny asks David for some drugs, but David, being the moral drug dealer, refuses. Just then, a group of guys tries to mug a girl outside and Kenny steps in to help. David sees this, but when he intervenes, the thugs realize he's a drug dealer and try to rob him. They end up stealing his bag full of drugs and cash. The next day, a guy named Brad, who owns the drugs, calls David about the stolen goods. He's furious and demands the $44K David owes him. David, of course, doesn't have the money. Brad then offers a deal. David has to smuggle drugs from Mexico for him to pay off the debt, and he'll also get a $100K reward. David, terrified but desperate, agrees. But he needs help, so he asks Rose to join him by offering $10K, but she refuses. Instead, Kenny volunteers, and they hatch a plan to pretend to be a family crossing the border. So off they go to Mexico. Rose, still skeptical, eventually agrees to come along. But things go hilariously wrong when they nearly get caught at the border. They bribe their way through and continue their journey, with some comedic moments, including an encounter with a corrupt cop who tries to blackmail them. When they finally arrive to pick up the drugs, they realize it's not just a small shipment. They're smuggling tons of drugs. Eventually, they pick up the drugs, but as they leave, they're stopped by a police officer who demands a bribe, which leads to a hilarious and awkward situation. One particularly funny scene is when David tells Kenny to bribe a cop with a sexual favor. They finally make it back, but things are far from smooth. As they're about to cross back into the U.S., they have more close calls with the law, all while trying to keep the drugs hidden. Just when they think they're clear, things go south again, with betrayal, double-crossing, and even a little romance between Kenny and the daughter of a family they meet along the way. In the final act, David and his ragtag team find themselves in the midst of a wild shootout with criminals, and David has a dramatic moment where he confesses his love for Rose. After all the chaos, they manage to deliver the drugs, but Brad refuses to pay because they were late. The police arrest them, but it's not all bad news. The family stays together, and they're sent to witness protection while waiting for the criminals to be tried. Finally, dear friends, I kindly ask you to subscribe to our channel and like the video.